for our white allies here. Speak up. Stop letting your friends and family members say racist things in your presence. Amen. Make being a bigot uncomfortable again. Have the uncomfortable conversations with your friends of color and dig deeper into learning and understanding things from a different point of view. And to my black brothers and sisters out here, tell your stories. We have dealt with the trauma of racism for so long that it has become normal. We have accepted it as a way of life, and that it is something that will simply never change. But because of our culture and who we are, we walk around dealing with the trauma of racism, but we look as if everything is carefree, we're problem-free. But we know that it's not the case. A few years ago, I got into a debate with someone that I knew from elementary school. And he told me, I've known you since elementary school. You've never dealt with racism. I didn't know whether to laugh or knuckle up. Because racism was so normal in my life, I never felt the need to vent to him or any of my white childhood friends about the problems that I faced on a daily basis. He didn't know the stories that dates back all the way to elementary school of the racism that I faced. My first experience with racism was when I was a child in elementary school. But now we need you all to speak up, and not just because you've seen George Floyd die unjustly. Things like this happen all of the time. So we need to stop just letting it be a trend and speak out daily so that America can recognize that it has a problem and that we are sick and that changes need to be made. Tell your story over and over again. Don't let them tell you that we're complaining and that we won't let go of the past. It's not the past, it's today. And to my Latino brothers and sisters, I just want to say that we have your back just like you have ours. Power to the people.
Next, we have Patrick Nelson come up, say a few words. Thank you, Trey.
Thank you, Bryce. Good afternoon. I'm going to stand here first of all and I'm going to say I'm really disappointed. I'm incredibly disappointed that the necessity for us to be standing here today still exists. I'm not going to stand up here and say I understand, because I don't. I've had conversations with people. I was on the phone last night with a guy I went to high school with, and to mirror what Trey just said, he said, you know, all those times we went and hung out and messed around town and had fun, he said, I always had to have in the back of my mind, I got to be careful. I got to be extra careful. I got to pay attention. I got to watch what I'm doing a little more than you do. And that thought never crossed my mind when I was that age. I had another conversation with somebody, and they said, I have to constantly drive down the road and think, what if I'm next? What if it's me? And I'll never know what that's like. I wish I had something profound to say. I don't know why this is so hard. Something that seems so easy is so hard. I'll say there's a lot of white people that are just as ashamed and sad that these things are still necessary as you are. I'm always afraid, for me, I'm afraid to speak up sometimes because I don't know if what I say is going to be taken the right way. I know where my heart is and I know what I'm trying to portray, but I'm fearful that I'll step on my own toes or that I'll say something unintentionally offensive, and so I just don't say anything. And it's time that we change that. We've got to be ones that are willing to step up and step out like these young men have, and then we've got to take the next step. We've got to stand up here today and scream and shout and get people to pay attention, but then we've got to move forward. We've got to do something beyond just this, or nothing happens, because there's a lot of people that are just sitting back and they're tired. Somebody said it when we got here today. They're tired of hearing about it. And to be honest, they're just sitting back waiting for you to get tired and to fall back by the wayside, and nothing will ever change. Black people aren't the problem. Black people aren't the enemy. White people aren't the enemy. The police aren't the enemy. Hatred, racism, prejudice, divisiveness is the enemy. We're standing here wearing masks and trying to distance from each other to stop the spread of a virus. And somebody's got it on their sign. They stole it from my speech. Hatred, racism, bigotry, prejudice are viral. They require a host, and they have to be fed to continue. Unity is the cure. Compassion is the cure. Morality and integrity are the cure. Love is the cure. Everybody's quoting 1 Peter 4:8. Love covers a multitude of sins. But it doesn't change. We've got to make change. It's time we move forward. So I encourage you. I'm standing up here today because Bryce asked me to, and I'm thankful for that, and I appreciate the opportunity. I serve a lot in this community. I've been given a lot of opportunity to serve in this community, and I encourage you to do the same. Get involved, be seen. It gives you more of an opportunity to be heard, to give back. Gandhi said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. So I encourage you to do that. If you need ways to get connected, contact me. I'll be glad to help. I just want to do my part. Thank you.
Hey Cartersville, Tim here at Treasure Chest Outlet. Hey, guess what? It's summer. It's going to be hot. We got hot savings here at Treasure Chest Outlet. We have sofas. We have a truckload just arrived this week to replenish our floor. So come on by and check us out. We got a lot of sofas. We also have rugs that goes under those sofas. Hey, rustic is hot right now. We have a large selection of rustic items. We've got TV stands. We've got dining tables. We've got bedroom suites. We even have some homemade stuff that's made right here in Cartersville, Georgia by a local guy. If you need a bedroom suite, we've got a few on the floor. We've got a catalog full of them. We've got mattresses to go on them. If you need a recliner, we've got those recliners. Anything you might need, we're located at 927 North Tennessee Street. We got the knickknacks for the house. Come on by and see us. You just never know what you're going to find here at Treasure Chest Outlet.
Hi, I'm Joshua Goodman with Elite Stone Supply. We sell everything from hardscaping, landscaping, stone, Husqvarna equipment, and premier portable buildings. We can make them from 6x10 all the way up to 16x40. We make garden sheds, garages, cabins, barns, anything you can think of, we can make it happen. Do you need to store Christmas stuff? Do you need to store a lawnmower? We can take care of that. Do you need to get away? Do you need a pool house by your pool? We can make it happen. Come check us out at Elite Stone Supply.
SOS Mattress, best quality, best price, guaranteed. Where can you find a huge selection of high-end mattresses without paying high-end prices? SOS Mattress, best quality, best price, guaranteed. Where can you save 50 to 80% off retail every day? SOS Mattress, best quality, best price, guaranteed. We offer the lowest prices on the best name brand mattresses. SOS Mattress and Clearance Center on Highway 41 in Cartersville, 1 block south of Home Depot.
Hello Cartersville, this is Kelly Jones and I'm here at Kennesaw Transportation. I just want to say that if you are looking to make a job change, we are here for you. We'd love to have you. We keep nice late model equipment, as you can see behind me. We are a family-owned company about to celebrate our 40th year anniversary. We have a sign-on bonus, benefits, 401k. I could just go on and on. So call me. The number is below, 1-888-BLUE-TRUCK. I would love to have you join our family. I hope you have a great, great year.
Miss Gardner wants to come up and say a few words. You come this way, please. Then we'll have Reverend Lampley close us out.
First, I would like to say thank you to my father in the name of Jesus, because he did give me a voice. I would also like to say that my grandmother was the child of a slave. Not only that, but I can remember being a young child, there was a Lay's 5, 10, 15-cent store. Going in there, I had on 5-cent jewelry. When I walked into the store, the lady asked if I had stolen it, because she was looking at the little shelf trying to see where it was that she could find the type of jewelry I had on. Further along, my son got arrested. Now, my son right now, I think is 35, but he got arrested 10 years ago because he was driving a Cadillac. It had rims on it. He was working at shop. When he got out the Cadillac, and they asked him, they said somebody called in and said y'all were driving with an open container. When he got out the Cadillac, he kept getting out. My son is 7'1". He had to drive a Cadillac because he didn't fit in a lot of other cars. But because he was black, he got pulled over and had to stay in jail for the whole week from Christmas to New Year's because they said the judge wouldn't be in. Just here recently, last week, I was turning into a parking lot. There was this young white guy in this gray big old truck. He just sit there. But I sat there too because I needed to get in right there. When he motioned for me to come in, but he was taking up the whole space. Finally, he got angry and pulled out. As I pulled in, he pulled in on the other side. As I parked, he came toward me. I guess it was a standoff for him, but he finally pulled off. It made me wonder, why is it that it's still this young generation that still yet doesn't understand? This isn't a fight that we should still be fighting after over 150 years of slavery. And here we are, we're still fighting just to have a job, just to be equally treated. And just to have the same rights as everybody else. Just because I'm black and I do wrong, I get more punishment. The results aren't the same as if it were a white man. I also have a son that's in prison. He's been in there for 26, 27 years, not for armed robbery, but for attempted armed robbery, which he didn't even have a gun. I've been fighting for him to get out. Where's the justice? Where's the justice? I'm a praying woman. I pray to God, and I know for whatever reason my son is still in there, it's in his hands. But I don't stop praying. I don't stop praying for us to still be able to get the same rights as anybody else. Because I know whatever it is that my God is doing, it's all in his hands. But we always have to show. Because in the Bible, any time that anything happened, he always said, make a noise. He said, make a joyful noise. Even when he had the Israelites walking around the wall, make a noise. So that's what we're doing. We're making a noise. We want to keep making a noise. We want to be heard. Again, I thank you for letting me speak.
Hey, this is Joe Wilson, co-owner of Parnick Jennings Funeral Home, Cartersville's locally owned funeral home, serving all of Bartow County since 1977. The biggest difference of our funeral home here in Bartow County, Cartersville, is that we are a locally owned funeral home. We make all our decisions right here in the funeral home. When people walk in the door, they're going to meet the owner and know that we're making decisions on what's best for the families that have placed their trust and confidence in us and the needs of our community. One thing we always say to families that place their trust in us is ask a family we have served. We want people to know that when they come here for probably one of the most difficult experiences in their life, that they can feel comfortable with us. On behalf of myself and all the staff here at Parnick Jennings Funeral Home, we want you to know it would be our honor to serve your family during your time of need. Please call us at 770-382-0034.
I'm Glenda Mitchell with Glenda Mitchell Law Firm. If you've been involved in an accident, give me a call. Let me help you. I give every client my personal cell phone number so you can call or text me anytime.
Glenda Mitchell Law Firm. We come to you.
Hi, welcome to Spencer Family Medicine. We're located on Henderson Drive in Weston Commons Shopping Center.
Unlike most medical clinics, we do labs right here in the office, including x-rays, saving you the hassle of scheduling yet another appointment across town.
Here at Spencer Family Medicine, we accept almost our insurance plans.
And we can almost always fit you in for same-day appointments.
We serve patients young to old.
From urgent care issues like broken bones to long-term issues like weight management and hormone therapy.
Not only that, but Dr. Spencer and staff are trained in aesthetic work.
So come to see us at Spencer Family Medicine. We would love for you to be a part of our family.
I'm Dr. Spencer, and I approve this message.
Okay, girls. Ready?
Ready, go.
Y'all give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand for a peaceful demonstration. And now give Bryce and Jaylen a hand for organizing this event. Give them a hand. You know, you stand here today in solidarity. You stand here today in the fight for equality and the fight for injustice that continues to perpetuate not only the halls of our court system, but the halls of our educational system, the streets in our communities. And so today, you make one voice heard in Bartow County. You make one voice heard in Cartersville. And I'm grateful for city officials that have given these young men an opportunity to come and for us to come together and have a peaceful protest. Give it up for a city, Mayor Matt Santini, and law enforcement that helped us. For those of you who may use YouVersion Bible app, beginning of the week, there was a verse that says, make room for everyone's faults. And I'll be honest with you, on Sunday evening, I had a conversation with some pastors about what do we do? And I was very frustrated in that meeting because I do think that until it happens to you, it doesn't mean the same thing. And I think that what feels rhetorical about these type of meetings and these types of incidents is that we miss the words of Dr. Martin Luther King, who says, where do we go from here? What happens is once you've buried a Breonna Taylor, you bury a George Floyd, a Raynard Brooks, once you bury, we all go back home. We go back home to our communities, we go back home to our subdivisions where if it doesn't happen on our street, it doesn't make us weep at night. If it doesn't happen to our family member, it doesn't make us weep at night. And so I felt very partial when I woke up, but when I read that verse, I was convicted because just like we need for white citizens to make room for our faults, we have to make room for your faults. But when we make room for faults to one another, we have to do it in the name of humanity. Because when we make faults in the name of humanity, we realize that none of us are perfect. It doesn't matter that what our skin complexion is, our ethnic background, or our cultural division, whether that be that we are a Baptist church or a Methodist church, whether we are a church of God or a non-denominational faith, we all need a God that we serve. And not only do we need a God, we have to recognize that all lives matter. And when we recognize that all lives matter, there's evidence that all lives matter. And until a disturbance call on Bedford Court ends with the same amount of arrests that a disturbance call on Hannon Way ends with, there's no evidence that all lives matter. There's no evidence that all lives matter as long as a group of white teenagers can have a party in the Planters and nobody's arrested with underage drinking, and another group of kids can have a party on Martin Luther King and everybody's arrested. You talk about compliance for law enforcement, there is compliance. There's compliance. You cannot arrest 70 young people if they're not compliant. There is compliance in this community when it comes to respect for law enforcement, when it comes for respect of our educators and our city officials. And what we have to do is recognize that there is an injustice and an inequality that happens in our communities. And if change is going to happen, change has to happen first in our hearts. If change doesn't happen in our hearts, we'll never get up off of our stuff and go to the polling place. In a county with almost 63,000 people and less than 10,000 people vote in the primary election is a disgrace. Change happens at the ballot box, and when November comes, I'm not asking you to hold on to political party or bipartisan understanding. I'm asking you to stand up for what's right. When we live in a country where white supremacy is promoted from the White House, then we have to acknowledge that it'll always be trouble in cities like Cartersville. But you come together to show that equality is possible. You come together to show that change can happen. Change not only happens in our hearts, change not only happens at the polling place, but change happens in demonstrations like these. And what has happened in the death of George Floyd is that America has come together. Yes, everybody had come together in burning down buildings. Everybody had come together in looting and rioting. But the more peaceful demonstrations that we have like these, our voices will be heard. We have to continue to stand in solidarity with one another for equality and justice and not ignore the fact that there are problems even in our own community. And problems in our community that when our churches continue to be the most segregated place on Sunday morning, there's problems in our community. There are problems in our community when we have to recognize that young black boys and young black boys and young white boys can't sit together with the same level of confidence. We have to recognize that there's an issue in our community when the disparity of kids that are suspended in school, where it's 14% black, but 80% of the suspension happens to young black men. We have to recognize that the disparity in our community stands when the arrests that are made by comparison of the per capita in our city, when the arrests don't match the per capita. When the sentences that come from our courthouse seem to lean more on the heavy side when the person is black. If we're gonna exercise leniency, then we have to exercise leniency across the board. If we're gonna exercise brevity, we have to exercise brevity across the board. And these are things that I think we have not spoken of. These are things that we have not spoken about. But I come to you today to say this, that the light of injustice is shining bright. I come to you to say today that the curtains of inequality have been pulled back. The gates of opportunity are wide open. And we cannot leave these courthouse steps and go back to our homes and forget about the inequality that happens in our country. If you want change, repeat after me. Change happens. Change happens. Change happens. And it starts with me. Change happens and it starts with me. I close with my favorite quote. Repeat after me. I am one. I'm only one. But still I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. When I refuse to do the something I can do, I let anything happen. So today, I choose to do what I can do. Thank you so much.
Hello, Cartersville. If you haven't been by lately, come on by and check us out. We've totally revamped the store. We've added a lot more large capacity washers for your big loads. We have 40 pounders, 60 pounders, and 80 pounders for those huge loads. If you've got large bedding, come on by and see us. We've got the machine you need from a single person all the way up to a multi-family. If you're tired of doing laundry yourself, we offer a wash, dry, and fold service where you can drop it off. A few hours later, come back, it's ready to wear. We're located at 406 North Tennessee Street. It's All American Coin Laundry. Come by and see us for all your laundry needs.
This is Cartersville Cell Phone Repair. We appreciate the community and enjoy serving you. Stop in for great deals for cases for all model phones. We have gently used tablets, phones, computers, car mounts, pop sockets, and Bluetooths. Not only are we the most committed phone shop in Cartersville, but we pride ourselves on quality repairs and sales. Stop in today. Come meet our team. Thanks, Cartersville.
If you've been injured in an accident, call the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm.
Give us a call anytime. You'll talk directly to me.
Let this specialist in auto accidents fight for you. Call 770-694-1883 today.
Joe Carter around. Yeah, somebody wanted to say real quick.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joe Carter. This is Brandon McCoy. We're from Exit 288. We just wanted to show our face and give our support to the movement. Like, we had the Juneteenth celebration last night that went awesome. Like, that's the only word I can put. It went awesome to the point that we had no issues. Everybody came out and had a good time. Just like what we're doing right here, we come together, we protesting for something that's right that we're tired of. We're tired of seeing our people die. We're tired of just sitting back and not saying anything and just allowing this injustice to keep happening. I know it sounds like a broken record when everybody keeps saying the same thing because we all had the same thought. We all had the same feeling in our heart that we all want change. So that's what we all here for, man. So can I get everybody to raise their fist up in the air? This used to stand for a symbol of black power, but now it's starting to stand for a symbol of unity. Of unity of all us coming together, because I see not only black, but I see white, Mexican, everybody, we come together. Let's say it. All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter. All power to the people, y'all. Thank you.
All right, y'all, I'm gonna close out in a word of prayer. Thank y'all for coming again. This is awesome. Thank y'all. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for allowing us to come here as one and bring attention to what's going on in the world right now, Lord. I know that these issues will not get fixed overnight, but Lord, I pray that you change our hearts, move our hearts, make us better so we can all be one and be together, Lord. Lord, I pray everything went safely today, and I'm thankful for that, Lord. And I pray that as we leave here, everybody will change how they walk, change how they talk, and change how they live, Lord. I love you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Amen. Thank you.